This might be a tough question. I have my own thoughts, but I think it ties into what you're talking about. Why do you think people have their midlife crisis? I mean, they're freaking out trying to, what are they trying to accomplish, and usually doing it poorly.
Well, I think for so long, people have been focused on what others need. So in the second act, it's very little about what you're choosing to do. You're usually working for somebody. It's doing what they want you to do. Of course, you signed up for it, but it's their vision, it's their structure, it's their timeline. And it's the same if you have a family. You're focused on taking care of those children and helping them to become productive, happy, successful adults. So it's not really your time or your structure. They're not really, it is your choice, but not really your choice. And in the third act, there's a shift, and a lot of times people don't know what to do. They don't know really what makes them happy. And they kind of thrash around and think, well, maybe it's buying a fast car, maybe it's traveling on a cruise, maybe that's it. And they're not really sure. And because it's a new perspective, it's a new stage of life. And for many humans, this is the first time on the planet that so many people have been alive for this length of time that has allowed them to move into this stage of life. You know, up until 100, 150 years ago, we just didn't live this long. But now, because we have health pretty much and wealth pretty much, we have this extra 20 or 30 year bonus that many of your listeners may have heard of.
Yeah, so you've got the health, you've got the wealth, and at retirement, I have the weekly hangouts called the Happiness Hangouts, and a lot of people are searching for happiness. They find our hangouts because they're searching for happiness because something in life has changed. So what you're talking about is retirement is a very natural change in life, but people aren't really prepared for it mentally or emotionally because, and this is what I get a lot, is people don't know who they are without this sense of purpose. So if I'm not, balancing the books for my clients or building the websites or doing the marketing or running the business, I don't know who I am without that sense of purpose. So do you find that a lot when people come to you? They're looking for some sense of purpose?
Well, they're looking for both of the things that you mentioned. One is if they've retired, they no longer have that job that gives them an identity, a title, a function. And so they feel kind of at sea because they just don't know what to do. And they don't know who they are if they don't have a job. And so that's a big issue for people often. What is my identity? And the other thing is we don't have many role models for good retirement. Our parents or grandparents maybe retired and they did stay home and watch TV, or they played with the grandkids, or maybe they traveled a little bit, but they usually didn't live 20 or 30 years. I mean, there was a reason why retirement started at 65. It was because the government realized, it was the German government that realized that people really wouldn't be living much more past 65, so they could offer a kind of social security benefit to folks at 65. And so, people don't have a good idea of what retirement is in the 21st century. They really don't.
So if you put that with the history that you were just talking about, it sounds like a luxury with a hook, almost like a edge to that sword of, hey, I'm finally free, but then now what? And so I'm curious, how does planning help people move into that third phase of their life? How can you help them make it a smoother transition?
Well, one of the ways is that we focus on Martin Seligman's latest research, which gives 5 keys to happiness. So when we help folks plan their retirement lifestyle plan, when we help them design it, we include all the aspects of what Martin Seligman recommends. And those are active engagement, positive emotions, positive relationships, meaning and purpose, which is the point that you brought up, and also a sense of accomplishment. So human beings really need a sense of meaning and purpose. And if their meaning and purpose has been just focused on their 9-to-5 job, or raising children, and that they don't have the job and the children are launched, then what gives their life meaning and purpose? So I help folks explore what gives you meaning and purpose now in your life. And I do that through a series of exercises and questions.